Hello, welcome to the After Sleeping Hours podcast, the podcast after the podcast. I am Oliver, and
Your
we also
host.
have, I guess, yeah, I'm the host of today's episode, Oliver, and today I'm joined by my lovely co-stars, Mike and Lou. And today's topic is the importance of serious conversations and meaningful friendships. And yes,
Is it important
and
to
there's
have good friendships? Yes.
yes. All right, y'all.
All
That's
right.
it. Let's leave.
See you tomorrow. Seriously though.
All right. So we've been having a conversation just for some intro, we had a conversation for probably a little bit and about the importance of having serious conversations in your friendships and how laughing and being a little bit silly is good and it's a fun time. But for meaningful friendships that, you'll want to keep for a long time, it's very important to
Yeah.
have serious conversations.
It's actually kind of interesting the like small talk type of, like laughing around with your friends. It can substitute and kind of sabotage your more deep time,
Yeah.
and then you'll feel like you were playing or talking with them, your friends, but in reality, you didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, I've felt that a couple times, where
It's just like more detriment.
I'll be talking, like laughing and joking around with people for a long time, and then I'll come out of it just feeling like nothing really happened and there wasn't any like connection.
That has been a lot of what I've felt in past years, and somewhat the start of this year. When we basically all we do is play games. And I looked back at some of my DMs, the earliest DMs that I have with people, and I just realized what's the word? Not long I've been friends with some of the people here. Like, I have Colby, I think is like 2022.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, which is crazy to me because I feel like I've been talking to him a lot more, and I have. But I mean, it's the whole thing of you talk to people at school because you're kind of forced to. But when you go home, and that's the people that you talk to are people that are more closer connected to you.
Yeah. Definitely feels like at school, you're put in a room with people and you're put in the same situation as people, so that kind of gives you a place to be the meet and to you have stuff to talk about because whatever's going on in that moment, like you have a class with them, you have stuff to talk about then. But when you're really, it's on your own time and you could be spending your time doing something else, but if you're choosing to talk to that person, that's more meaningful than just being in the same room with them at school or whatever.
And so that's why we've kind of had, to me, it feels like at school is like, well, for me, it's what my life revolves around. It's because it's the majority of where I spend my time. So at school, it feels like there's phases.
Yeah.
There's phases where we're kind of very toxic and not at all constructive. There's a phase where we tried, what's the word?
Rebuild
we
or
tried
reconstruct.
fixing everything, and
Yeah.
this is kind of that again, which is a weird way to put it because by phase, it means it's only gonna last so long. But hopefully that means the next phase is that it's a normal friendship and everything's a lot more ideal. So, but right now, with what we're doing with all this YouTube stuff, some of us are taking the more creative route. Some of us, a little less. That's okay.
Zach.
But it feels like everyone's being pushed to get into touch with their more creative side.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw more, the whole Minecraft thing, I guess. Oliver makes music. Michael did some stuff with his microphone. one thing.
with some stuff with a microphone. No, the
One
barbershop
thing.
tag stuff was cool. I feel like I know personally some stuff with singing has been something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but it was something I was kind of scared to do because guitar, it's like it's something that only I do, and it's a little bit more disconnected because it's like an instrument, but singing is something that I've wanted to try, but it's always felt scary because it's very like it's part
Very
of,
tender and personal.
very tender, and it's a lot harder. Like you can't cover it up as easily, but seeing Lou, you start to get into music, and Michael, you're posting the barbershop stuff. It was very inspirational, and it made me want to go and do the things that I've not been able to for a long time. Like because I like guitar and instrumental stuff is cool, but vocals are really what tie songs together, and I've always wanted to be able to add vocals to the things I'm doing, but until everyone started, got together and started pushing for the more creative stuff and working on this stuff, it was something I wasn't comfortable doing, but I think it was, it's all like a positive feedback loop of creativity almost with us right now.
For me,
And that's what this
like
this dysfunctional thing is. We're treating it like we're gonna be, well, maybe not treating it like we're gonna be, but we have an idea that we're kind of gonna be like a normal podcast and YouTube stuff. But the whole reason why we're doing this, of course, is just to have more meaningful and conversations that give us proof that we're actually friends and not just people that we just waste time with. And we accomplish things, and we share our creative stuff, and we help each other, which is why I like this.
It's hard to have real conversations without an excuse sometimes, and if this is nothing but an excuse to have real conversations, I think it's a positive use of that.
Yeah, because it's not forced because something bad happened. This is just, well, we're friends. We should be having fun with each other, but we can also
for we're not gonna be able to keep this up, right? Okay, no, but circling back, the thing with the instruments is choir and like my voice has always felt like my instrument.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel emotions from playing a lot of other instruments. I just never really did. But something about I don't know if it's the vibrations that you feel, or like just the I've always been connected to the lyrics. That always is deep to me, at least. But it feels way more natural.
It's it's connected to you, and it's the part in a song, you get a certain vibe from the instrumental, but you really connect with the lyrics, and your voice is something. It's like a guitar tone. Anyone playing guitar is going to sound the same, but your voice is unique, and it's part of you. It's so much more visceral than any other instrument, and I think having that as your main thing, what you've been able to do, getting in the solo contest thing, getting the highest level, that's super cool, and that's something that you've obviously put a ton of effort and work into, and it's inspiring to see how much effort and how it's paid off for you. So I think that's pretty cool.
Vocal coach.
Yeah,
you've had vocal stuff. That's Michael's kind of the thing. Oliver, you had guitar auditions. I never did anything like that. I mean, my thing is more, I guess, drawing, which is completely different from music. So
it's still creative, and it's still something that you're putting out.
It's all connected because music is a picture. It's a picture. Oh my goodness, can I not pronounce picture? Okay, there it went. Okay. I was adding a third syllable or something.
Picture.
Or just I was pronouncing it German or something like that. Picture.
9 picture.
Do you remember your thought?
Okay, but singing is like a picture in the way that you're painting a story, and it's just a different medium in a way.
Yeah.
Like drawing something can turn into poetry, can turn into song, can turn into lyrics, can turn into anything, really.
Yeah, it's all about how you
What
convey.
inspires you?
Mm. It's whatever outlet you use to get emotions and stories in your head onto something physical.
I do like a lot of that stuff. I like singing. I like drawing. I haven't really done it much, but I do like writing sometimes. Even if it's not like specifically a story, I do like to write. Like in English class, I've really been enjoying it. I haven't really written any stories, but sometimes I have ideas and that's fun. But I just never really do this stuff. I waste time playing games. So.
Yeah, no, and I'm being serious. That sucks up a lot of your creative.
It really does.
Like,
I've tried to stop.
You can do so much stuff. Like, have you ever had a thought like, "Oh, that'd be cool if I did that"?
Yeah.
Well, you could do it.
There's so much of that stuff. It's just hard.
But you just spend your time
the energy.
doing something else.
For me, it's like I get halfway through, like I have maybe 2 or 3 song covers or original stuff that is half finished, and I just don't like every time I sit down to like I have a free moment, I either want to start something new or I want to waste time like on YouTube or whatever. It's hard to finish things that I've started, which is my biggest issue with myself right now. Like I feel like I have no follow through, and that's very frustrating for creative
man,
stuff.
that's been awful recently with me. I used to think, hey, if I can do it, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But now I've been like, oh yeah, I should do that.
It's
and
so
then I
hard to
don't do
commit
it.
all the way
I've been
through
having
something.
And then you start losing sense of who you really are and what you can do and if you even will do it.
It's so easy to just become a lifeless blob that just consumes content. It's hard to be creative continuously.
Yeah.
But we should be thankful because all of us aren't lifeless blobs. We just struggle with it sometimes, which is natural. But all of us have skill. All of us have hobbies, and they're like, and it's not just like, oh, I like to draw, and I have a crappy stick figure. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I've seen myself improve a lot.
Oh yeah, if you look at because you sent stuff, your drawings from like a year ago to the most recent stuff the improvement is crazy.
Yeah, I
like it's very noticeable.
For me, because I don't share everything that I draw, because I draw a lot sometimes, but I can see the improvement. Like after even a couple of drawings, I might improve on something, and
can see Michael
that's
drawing
what really
stick
drives
figures.
me is constantly.
I can tell by the way your pencils go.
I'm worried about what he's gonna show, but constantly seeing.
I hope it's
progress
Uncle
for me.
Sam.
I don't want to hope that it's anything. Constantly seeing progress and improvement is what makes me want to do it more. And so when I get into this routine of not doing it, and then when I do it, it's only a little bit and don't really see anything, then it's so much harder to start saying, I want to draw some more.
Consistency is the most difficult thing.
And singing is just hard for me to do because
I think it's just,
I really only
because you're not in choir like me and Michael are, so you just don't get as many opportunities, and your voice is still evolving. It's literally just
that's another thing.
The amount of time you spend doing it.
The male voice, like in the time that like right now for you, is constantly changing.
Yeah.
Awful.
I feel like my voice just this year has finally settled into what it'll be, especially my singing range.
And Oliver, it'll switch. It'll actually settle like when it's 20 or 25. That's when your voice stops developing.
Well, I hope it keeps getting higher because I would like more range. I don't want it to get lower.
No, it actually does if you practice.
That's what I want, because I feel like I want my range to just, if I can get it 2 or 3 notes higher, I'll be happy.
My old choir teacher is a professional tenor,
and
he can hit insanely high notes. Obviously, he practiced a bunch.
Yeah. Well, I love every yes, I like it.
Wait, is that supposed to be
It's me
flipped.
and then Lou and then Michael, right? Yeah, I could tell.
We got the thumbnail all set up.
There's the thumbnail. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That was a sketch I did in like a minute.
Ratioed.
No, even without choir, I feel like my voice, like when we were in the Martin Luther room, and I was singing with Colby and y'all came down. I forgot when that was.
I enjoy that a lot. I think the times when we just like it's just
Yeah.
weird random groups of people and we just sing hymns for like half an hour. Like that's some of the most like it's wholesome and it's just a fun experience and it's the kind of thing that I enjoy it when it happens.
That moment there, that's when I
It's
kind
good
of
for the
felt
soul.
that my
It
voice
is.
improved a little. And if I didn't have that, I might not be so confident in wanting to like start singing song covers and stuff right now. I mean, I don't know.
I think it'll just take some time, especially recording. No matter what it is, the nuance of it and getting it consistent is the hardest part. But I think if you keep at it, you'll be able to get pretty good, relatively quickly.
Yeah, I mean, just for singing in general, that was when I've had the most compliments given to me in like a short amount of time or in a long time. Because everyone was like, "Oh wow, you can hit that. Oh well," it's like, "You're pretty good. You should join the choir." And when the school is mostly just like, "You're stupid," then that's bad, of course. But it makes the compliments.
There's
a
very
lot
much
more
a lack
impactful.
of compliments towards the guys at our school. Like we're deprived,
I feel like
especially
that's how
for
it
creative
Yeah.
things.
That's just how it is. I can't even just say just men. It's probably just how it is for everyone now.
Everything is very toxic.
Because I remember
in general.
he said it. One of the teachers here, it was something along the lines of, we live at the expense of others. In our jokes, insults, we constantly ruin
That's
each other's
totally right.
reputations for our own gain or reputation. So, in one thing, I guess recently, past couple of months, that I've been thinking about more, it's kind of like a mindset, I guess. I haven't really told anyone, but I've had this kind of like a yin yang idea, I guess, where something is bad and I don't like it, but it makes the good a lot more impactful and able to be appreciated. So
That makes sense.
because there's a lot of insulting and there's not a lot of good that happens, it does make stuff like what we're doing right now a lot better. And obviously it's not good to have that, but if there's nothing to take away at all, at least there's that.
Yeah, it's like the cycle of friendship and the cycle of like love is way better than the cycle of hatred. Like if you say, "Hey Oliver, I don't like you," then Oliver is gonna be like, "Hey, I don't like you," and he's gonna be sad, and then nobody
It'd
wins.
be very
in the end.
sad. Everyone gets depressed.
But if I say, "Hey Oliver, I like you," and he's gonna be like, "Oh wow," and then he's gonna be happy, and then he might say, "Hey Lou, I like you," and then Lou's happy, and then Oliver's also happy because he made someone else happy, and then we're all happy.
There's definitely the whole it's not even just comments. It's the whole feeling of like the group, and I think in some ways it's gotten slightly better recently, but in some ways it hasn't. It's just negative energy, and that sounds stupid. It's like chakras and crap, but I think
It's true.
it's hard to be positive and to affirm like the fact that we do have impactful relationships and friendships with each other, and recognizing that isn't something that happens.
When I was in public school for like 3 years, when I first went there, and this like circles back to the beginning, it was very rough because they were, like we said, just like small talk and no real talk. And I would just go there. Like, I remember the first year I went to public school. One second. The first year I went to public school, it was very bad for me, and I cried like the first 2 months. That alone at the lunch table and everything. It was pretty bad. But I would always come home. Like, I think on the bus, I would be on my phone, like, checking if Lou was online. So I could talk to someone. Because I didn't want to talk to the people vaping on the bus. Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in public school, you have new people every single class. So I would have 7 class periods where I had new people every single time. So there would be very few overlap between it because it was so big.
Yeah.
It was hard to make friends, really. I mean, I made friends, but not deep friendships. Obviously, that does come from me putting... If I didn't have Lou, I would put more effort into like being deeper friends with them. You know what I mean? But I didn't have to.
Let's go. Yeah, this year is.
Yeah, I think.
No,
never mind, you go.
I was just gonna say this year for me has been. I feel overall a lot better. Last year was lackluster, and I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I'm thankful for it. That's all.
I came back. Let's go.
Totally.
Yeah. The first half of this year was pretty awful for me. There's some stuff at the beginning of the year I was going through, and then I feel like there was a while where I kind of lost who I was completely, and I've talked about this with some other people, and it was something that people noticed, that I was very different at the beginning of the year. And I think the guys in general were pretty bad at the beginning of the year, and just in terms of there was no like real connections with anyone. We were just kind of loud and obnoxious. I think the last couple months especially, and the second half of this year has been really good. It's been good for me, and I've had I worked way too much last year. I was last couple years I've worked 20-25 hours plus school. So I felt like I didn't really have a whole lot of real friends, just because I didn't have time for social stuff, and I play video games with y'all. But this year I've taken some more time, and I've spent some time on myself and friendships, and I feel like I'm at the place now where I know who my friends are, and I'm a lot happier than I was the last couple of years.
The problem, like, at school, there's so many people just around there, and everyone's competing to make a funny comment or like a funny joke or something.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to find the joke. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to get serious, you've kind of become vulnerable, and then someone can butt in and make the joke. So if everybody becomes vulnerable and then becomes like open, talking more deeply, then you can actually become more productive with your conversations. Yeah. But if everyone's just, like I said, competing to make a joke or say something funny, then it gets way harder, and that scales with the amount of people that you have in the group. Like at the lunch table, it's impossible.
Yeah. It's like it amplifies itself.
Too far gone.
Yeah,
I don't think the goal is to have meaningful conversation at the lunch table, but
I don't think it's ever like at school. It's not going to happen ever.
Tone down the obnoxious.
It can happen at school, but only when it's isolated groups.
Yeah. It's with everyone, and it's like same with the podcast earlier. It's like when there's that many people, the energy is like it's a different feeling. Like if you have smaller groups, no matter who it is, like I can sit down and have a serious conversation with y'all or with Stick or even Colby or Zach. Like I've had some pretty good, not as much this year, but last year I had some really good talks just with Zach. But with everyone there, it's hard to keep it real.
That's why all my homies listen to the after sleeping hours
That's why if you're a real one and you want some serious conversations, you're gonna check out the After Hours podcast every night. Nope.
Yeah, we're not doing that. It's schedule.
Every week, maybe.
Maybe.
If we want to.
Every time that we do.
We have some tea to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit that out.
No, you're not.
No.
You better not.
That's getting made into a short.
No, you know what's really getting made into a short?
No. You can't.
Okay.
You just acknowledge the joke, Michael.
What? I didn't acknowledge what? What? I didn't finish my sentence.
Mine is so much more obvious. I mean, it's Michael's thing, but whenever I want to drink.
Yes, it is.
I don't got a rotating chair. Do we need to talk about this?
We do need to talk about this actually.
Can
We
we,
need to
like,
have a
see
whole
more of it real
episode
quick?
dedicated to your chair.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
from
no,
the
it's rough.
deepness. Can we see like more of the chair?
Yeah.
Oh, you want? Okay.
No,
Lift,
you
no,
can
just
leave
lift the
camera,
chair
just,
up.
like-
Lift up the chair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
lift
right.
up the chair. Because the backrest looks painful.
No, it looks awful. It just looks like it would give you like scoliosis.
So,
like your spine's
has-
just gonna bend.
It has
into
a
the-
little cushion on it, but it's
Oh my!
What the? Did you steal that chair from like an old library?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like a very old library.
It's like in a prison, like the
Basically.
Where did you
prison
get
library
this stuff?
chair.
yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah,
But
you
you know what? We make do with what we had.
That's true. Even if you get help a
Anyway.
lot better.
Where were we?
don't remember.
I was just gonna say with the stuff at school when you guys, I've never been a part of them because your boy has the worst schedule, and I don't like going to the library because I need to get work done. But there's some people that talk there, and I'm not involved, and sometimes I hear about topics where I'm like, oh, that could be cool, so I've just felt disconnected.
Yeah.
Personally, I've always felt disconnected, but when it comes to like, I guess kind of the more important topics that have been going around
Yeah.
the school.
It depends.
And the problem with
I've
that
been-
is that you kind of just put words into people's mouth. If it's something about like
Yeah.
That's true.
uh,
But like,
'cause
I
there was
you know, like when I go into Mr. Merritt's room.
yeah, and you go for like 2 minutes to
Yeah, and I just kind of like pop in. Like some of those times, I'm like trying to get you to come in.
Yeah. The library
Because
is
I'm like,
interesting.
yeah, you should come in. Or
Yeah, man,
I think I like knocked your shoulder once with like a paper or something, or a folder or something, and I was like, check your email or something.
I don't remember that. I got the email, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't think I told you. I just I just hate your.
Yeah, sometimes the library, occasionally there'll be important like conversations there, but a lot of the time it's just
Yeah,
people being
that's
dumb
why
or
I
playing
avoid it.
Tetris. Like 90% of the time there's nothing happening. It's just either people are, rarely doing homework or they're just playing
Yeah.
Tetris. or
And again, the
something,
thing is, there's just too many people in there for it to be,
Yeah. It's also
easy to speak.
it's slightly different groups and there's sort of different things going on.
I just don't
Like
know
kind of
everyone.
outside of our circle. It's like a Venn diagram almost.
Oh yeah, we got a spider web of people. I just
Yeah.
I haven't talked to everyone and to get to know them as well as I have
Yeah.
with some of the people here. So there's that. I think I don't know how to act and what kind of
Part of that, some of the people, I think that'll be easier for y'all next year because you'll be upperclassmen, and then with the class above y'all, I think, I feel like your two classes could end up with some good friendships there. It's just you'll both be upperclassmen, so you'll be in more of the same stuff.
I'm just too shy to make new friends, I think.
Well, I think
No,
no, I
I
think
mean-
you used to be, but not anymore.
you Lou, you've progressed so much, man.
It
I
is.
know,
I've,
but
you know,
This is who I am.
a couple people, several of the girls have mentioned to me, you know, they've noticed how much you've kind of come out of your shell this year and how they do like hanging out with you. And I think you feel like you're more shy than you actually are because, you know, you have become more outgoing and people have noticed it and people, you know, appreciate that.
I think there's a difference between introvert and I think Lou's an introvert.
I am.
Yeah,
definitely.
well, it's
Like-
that's just how like you relax.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
But yeah, you can still be outgoing. It's still a little
Yeah.
bit tough, I bet.
I guess I can.
Yeah, but you've made a lot of progress with that.
I'm
past
introverted
year.
in that I don't seek new people.
Yeah.
And since I've always kind of had this air of kind of being like quiet and I don't know how much people know about me, like who I am. People at school have a general idea of who most people are. I don't know what they know about me besides I draw and have a loud voice. But
Yeah.
that just makes it to me, and because I'm also I don't go and seek conversation with people like ever. That makes it so that I'd never talk to people outside of who I know.
I think at the entire school, most people never talk outside of their friend group.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's very it seems like
it's isolated.
all classes it's been the
But-
same.
But everybody knows about each other. Everybody knows their names. Everyone knows they like it a little bit, and that's why they don't make any small talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like people can walk up and say, "Hey, what's your name? How old are you?" or whatever. Because they already know that, and they don't want to be like, "Oh, who are you?"
I think there's your class and the class above you have almost sort of set like the norm of who the friend groups are, and so every time, you know, if someone wants to extend who they talk to, it's weird almost because it's out of the ordinary.
When I've been in the library, I've been talking to more of the other people.
The library, I think that's one of the best things about the library is because it's like whoever's in there, they just talk and hang out. So I think that's actually your guys' class and the class above being in the library more together, I think is actually been a good thing.
I just don't go in there, so I guess, whoops.
Yeah. Well, if you want to actually get homework done, it's not the best place.
It's just for me finding a balance of social interaction and just being
I
responsible.
think on Thursdays and Fridays, you should in those later periods, you should hop in.
Friday, yeah, especially is, you know, there's people hanging out there. And I don't know if you have classes Wednesday afternoon, but that's another day.
It was just last period. I have 2 before.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you have
Monday,
2
Wednesday,
study
Thursday.
halls before then, you know, Monday, maybe
Actually-
Monday, but Wednesday and Friday especially be good.
Every day, 2 classes before the last one. I'm free completely.
Yeah. And, you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays, some days I stay, so I might be in there. Just depends on the day.
I don't know. I'm struggling with a lot of things, specifically homework, getting it done,
Yeah.
and everything. Being responsible has always been like the top goal of every day for me for my entire life.
Michael.
And I've only had one late assignment because if I speak, I am in big trouble. I'm not like other people here who continually
Good one, Oliver. I like that one.
be
For
late.
the viewers and listeners at home that don't know, Michael is taking a German class at school, and he has not turned in an assignment since January. Just a little background for anyone watching.
There's
Ja, und ich
plenty
kann
of
Deutsch reden,
of
so
examples
es ist
of
ein bisschen
people who
komisch.
don't know
And
how to do
the thing is,
homework.
he speaks German because his dad is German, so it's not that it's hard for him. It's very easy for him. But he is, how do you say a lazy boy in German?
Ich bin sehr faul. Ein faule Leute.
There's a couple examples
Faule
of people
Junge. Ein faule
this
Junge.
year that have been slacking I didn't think Michael would be one of them, but well.
Hey, I got podcasts to record, man. I have a busy.
All right, y'all. Podcast is over until he gets his German done.
Yeah, you can't be on the one until you're done with your German. All right.
We're gonna have to have a 2-player
You
after
have to be a
hours.
viewer.
Oh, don't worry, dear viewers. I'll get my German just for you.
Yeah.
But I have been struggling with that and succeeding,
Well, because
which is the important part.
sophomore
Yeah.
year,
I think
sophomore
it
year
goes
was
without
rough
saying,
for
but
homework.
I have been struggling with that too.
Yeah.
and some other stuff as well. There's a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of struggles
everyone
out
has
there.
their own stuff, but at school I've been grinding. I hate that word.
This year
I've
has been
working
so
hard at
busy
school.
with everything. It is like it went way too fast. Like I feel like every day was just
My dad
so
the
much.
other day was like, "How many days of school left are there?" And I was like, 40? Like, maybe.
Not very many at all.
I just don't want to think about it. Like I'm ready to move on with my life, but to think that, you know, like college has always kind of seemed like the big distant thing, and to think that I got a month and a half left of high school and then it's like a whole completely different phase of my life. Like just to think about that, and you know, leaving all y'all behind and my parents and family, and like it almost feels like the school year just started.
I don't know anything about leaving all my friends behind. I'd never done that.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Looking at Lou's eyes right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the year feels maybe not like it just started, but it definitely just started to get better.
Yeah.
So
The first
kind of
half of the year I
disappointed that
think
we
was
have-
pretty awful for everyone.
That we're in last semester.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Third quarter was the worst quarter of my life, bro.
Really?
Yes, I'm not even kidding.
Well, for him.
Oh.
For
I mean,
me,
well, yeah.
I
that's
didn't
fair.
really have like a bad quarter.
First quarter for me was pretty terrible,
Fourth
but
quarter
that was
a
for,
little rough.
you know, other reasons.
I don't know. I didn't really have too much this
Yeah.
year dragging me down in personal life.
It just felt weird. The first half of this year felt very disconnected for me.
I'd say for me, when I started talking to more people and kind of, I guess, getting out of my shell or whatever, that was weird. It was very weird. I didn't like
Yeah,
that feeling.
that's fair.
But it's cool. I just don't know how to. It's so different. It feels like I'm a different person almost, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to think about that. But I guess I like it.
I think from what I think and from what, you know, other people have said, I think it's definitely a good thing.
I know, but it's because I've never really worried about how I kind of came off because I was just quiet, and now that I actually have people
Yeah.
who are like, oh, you're starting to talk more or you're doing this and that, I'm more concerned about how I'm acting and kind of, how do I put it? I put more thought, maybe a little bit too much thought in kind of what I'm doing, even though it doesn't seem like that sometimes. Well, I tend to overthink things a lot, and now overthinking relationships is the new hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a thing. I think at some point you just gotta relax. Like, I don't really think about my relationships at all, I guess. Like, I mean, like, I value them, but I'm not, like, plotting what I want to do. Like,
Yeah, you're not like worried about the status of them or
don't-
whatever.
message
No.
Lou
Yeah.
once.
I'm
React
not plotting,
once.
but
Like,
I actively think like I feel like I'm actively thinking every second, to be honest. I'm always thinking about stuff like, oh man, I haven't sent a DM to this guy in a while, or I haven't talked to them. I mean, I don't know. Is something awkward between us? Or maybe I'll be like, there is something awkward between us, and he's speaking to me like normal, and I mean, this is just all this stuff, and it muddles up my
Lou, should
brain.
we tell Oliver this story?
What? Which one?
The latest one.
Oh, with
Well,
play.
now you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, he already knows about it.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember how.
Well,
I was hoping
it
you
was
were gonna say.
it was what break was
I
it?
forgot, bro.
Was it
You're my
spring
memory.
break?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was.
So
it was like a week.
it was a
plus-
really stupid thing. It wasn't even like on purpose, but I remember I was in the library and I was making fun, or we were talking about how I blocked people so much. And I'm like, oh, and then Michael said something. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna block you on Discord, and it's like I can do it really fast. And I blocked him, and I unblocked him, and he was still in the server. And then that was when he left it, and then spring break, he wasn't in a server with me, and I have the setting that won't let people who aren't friends with me.
Oh
join the
yeah, we
server.
talked about this a
So
little bit.
we were just completely disconnected for the entire break.
Yeah.
And so he starts telling one of our friends that he's in a competition to see who will be the most petty, and or who will be the least stubborn and do
That's
the DM
funny.
first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just that was just stupid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not like an actual issue. That's just
I mean, we've also not talked for over Minecraft. That was over like an entire summer though.
Oh man.
there's been a lot of fights in this friend group over Minecraft.
That
It used to be
Dante's
important,
Inferno
man.
thing, I think, changed my life. I
Minecraft.
don't know for better or for worse. I don't think it's as simple as that. But I drink this now. I go to bed very late. My life feels
Like mine.
no, it doesn't. I do my homework. Mine feels feels I hate saying this word. It feels real. I
know what
hate
you
that
mean.
word.
Real.
It's
Really?
hard to be present and to feel like you're actually like it's so easy to autopilot your way through everything, and even if it's I don't want to say not healthy because I don't want to sound like the Taylors and be like you're drinking coffee and that's bad. Which is
Okay, at the rate
ridiculous.
I'm drinking it, they're right.
well,
My
it-
mom-
it's a little much, but it's
My
I
mom
know what you
drinks
mean.
so much coffee. It's fine. Just drink
Staying
your
up late
coffee.
and doing stuff like you're only young once. I feel like
Yeah,
you
no,
just-
it's true. It's true.
you just gotta live. You can worry about that stuff when you're older.
Look,
like right
we
now,
have
you just gotta do you.
podcasts to record.
We got podcasts to record. There's no
I
time for
have a lot
sleeping.
of stuff to do. I have, and until recently, aside from Minecraft, we haven't been doing anything. So staying up
No,
late
there's been
wasn't a thing
nothing.
for me because there's just no one to talk to, and I
Yeah.
just sit there and play games alone. So I just went to bed. Now,
Yeah, no, last few days I've just gone to sleep and people have pinged me. I feel bad because
Yeah.
normally I'd just be over there, but I'm just like, oh, I fell asleep.
Well, before we started doing some of this stuff together, after because there was the whole Minecraft server thing, but then after that, I don't think I joined a single voice chat until the past like 2 weeks or something. Because y'all got back, you were doing the whole Dante's Inferno project, and that was super cool. But that was y'all's project, so I feel like there was a period of time where I don't know how much y'all voice chatted during that, but there was definitely a period of time where there was like less communication.
yeah, I was a bit disconnected.
Mm.
That just happens.
Yeah.
And my guess is that happens because there's like too much negativity.
Yeah, it's hard to be around negative, like
it's also not even just
people all the time.
negativity. When there's just nothing good coming out of it, then you feel that, or after leaving the call, you're like, oh man, you didn't really do anything. That was just kind of joking and
yeah.
whatever. Then it starts to build up, and you're like, I don't want to even call these guys. I'm just gonna go do something
Yeah.
else.
It's easier to find positivity in what you're doing by yourself sometimes when you're in that environment.
Yeah, or it's just not wanting to. Sometimes I've done that because it's
Well,
felt
it's
very mean.
high energy. Like if you're
Yeah. It is. there's been a lot of times where I've seen y'all in VC and I don't have the energy to join and be funny, so I just sit.
Yeah, sometimes I'll join, just like practically mute myself, except I'm not even muted.
Yeah.
And then someone will hear your dog.
There's been a lot of
bark
that. People just joining voice calls and muting instantly.
Yeah, they'll join. They won't say anything, and they'll leave like after a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You're not interested. You're not interested.
Well, I think that's, partially, or not partially. I think it's probably over with because there just wasn't a whole lot to do for a while. I think we're moved past that.
It's just like interest, what people want to do, because not all of us have the same game. Like if we all wanted to play something, our only option is Minecraft, and we
pretty
are
much
not doing that.
There's nothing that everyone else has.
But and then like we're doing right now, we all have our own little subgroups that we pop into. You know, hang out with these people. Sometimes it's the same people with more people, whatever. And then like Zach and I play Ultra Kill sometimes. Michael and I will play HOTS, and some of us will play Roblox. And the problem is when you have that group of people and you have one other person, you have to pick or choose.
Yeah.
Like, I think about this stuff mid-call when I'm playing a game with everyone, and then someone joins and they don't have that game.
It changes
the
the dynamic.
Yeah, but for me, it's just like I'm playing this game and I realize they're there, and I don't really want them to feel left out. But
yeah,
I just it's kind of weird. So, but
I don't really feel bad about it. Like I don't really overthink it that much. Like people were playing Fortnite for a while. I didn't hop on that. Like
I just think
now I haven't hopped on that. I'm noticing a trend. It's all FPS.
If we just have calls where we're just talking, then we won't have that problem.
Even with
I know, but like even if y'all are gaming, like okay, yeah, I don't need to.
No, but
I don't think y'all are gonna run away.
But you're not like talking, or you're not interacting with us.
No, that is true. That is true. Like when y'all are playing those games, I don't talk to y'all as much.
Well, we're usually focused like we're talking about the game, so it's hard to.
No, I know, but just in general.
I think
if we have more just normal talks.
I actually kind of like that there's all the different subgroups because, like I can talk to you guys about more serious stuff and I can talk to y'all about music or whatever. But if I want to talk about like computers or video games, I can talk to Stick. Like I think there's value.
What do you mean? I can talk about computers.
Oof. You mean
no, but I think there's value in having different smaller groups because then, you have the stuff that you can talk about with different people, and it's not like it has to be everyone or nothing works.
It gives you more outlets for your interests.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm depressed that no one here likes drawing.
Hey, I like drawing.
No, Michael's you don't. I literally told you should try drawing. You're like, I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, he just drew something, and it's beautiful.
Did you like drawing it?
I had a blast. I got some math on the back.
That's boring.
No, it's okay. I will be alone.
Oh, that was David. Oh, this was David helping me with rigging the casino. Oh.
What?
I thought you didn't rig it. Clearly, you did a bad job.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, I genuinely think the whole plan was. I'll just tell y'all. I don't really care. The whole plan was I tell everyone that it was 50-50, but it's actually like 70-30 or something.
How did you still?
I think what I did
made so much more money.
is I made it 70-30 in
the
their favor.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Well, that's okay. I'm pretty sure that server's buried.
It's been buried, and it's gonna stay buried probably for at least a couple months. I cannot play Minecraft.
Well, y'all spent so much time on the Dante project. I do not blame you.
Y'all,
you,
Michael.
Okay, you did. Michael, I don't know, but I know that you did.
I spent a day on the server. Hey,
I
24
spent
hours.
almost 3.
I stayed up till 3 a.m. in the morning, giving Lou emotional support, not helping, but giving him emotional.
I
support.
stayed up till 3 like 4 times. You were only
brother
there
got a
for
new
one of them.
addiction from that thing, and you.
I think I lost more than I gained from that, but
He gained a permanent debuff.
people think I'm cool for placing a bunch of blocks in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's lame in a cool way. So.
Ah.
It's impressive. I showed my parents the video, and they were like, they're very impressed.
Did they subscribe?
It's so much
I don't know.
time.
I don't think so.
It's okay.
It's just the scale of it is ridiculously impressive. Like, it's so big.
It was just so much time that I could have just done a small drawing with and had a lot more.
That's lame, though.
I know, but it's so much time I could have used to do other things. I don't know.
You're like infamous now. Like, you basically
In-
just won the Dante project forever. Like, no one is gonna top what y'all did.
Yep.
I hope.
But
That
then
would
the
suck.
the next
one is not
class
happening.
is already talking about how they're gonna do like a big Lego one, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. No, nothing is stopping that ever. I'm calling it.
The Lego one could top it if it was a thing.
It's
I-
also not gonna happen. Like, it's gonna be like
That-
rainbow.
That's my. I guess
Nothing's
concern.
beating the
It's
Minecraft
it's
Dante.
not
Like, that's gonna
come out.
be the best omnibus assignment.
We gotta do something like that again in another unit.
It's not really.
We're gonna
How
get
many-
Lou addicted to a different substance.
Okay.
He's just gonna start smoking cigarettes.
I mean,
I need it.
it's not that
Get
many.
my creative liberties for
More
my omnibus
stacks
assignment.
of wood.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
but it's not that. Bad.
Only
Uh,
okay. Only
It's
I've only had like
in moderation.
2 cups a school day. 3 or 4. All right. Anyways.
We
Let's
need
see,
to have
let's
an
see what the leaf
intervention.
says.
No, the leaf.
Why, Lou? Why, Lou, are you saying
My life is falling apart. Help.
No, it's fine. It's just magical life juice that keeps you awake.
I'm waiting for the addiction to end and for life to go back to normal. Not happening. It is not happening. I've gotten worse.
Hey, Lou. Here's. Alright, we got him hooked. Real, huh? I've never seen this man in my life.
Another one.
Alright.
I won't. It's too late for another one.
Yes, you should not
Maybe.
drink another coffee at 2 in the
But
morning.
no.
But
What if I just pull? I have homework. I have not a lot. I have like a little bit. I probably shouldn't. I want one. No, but
addiction.
if we just go back to kind of like, oops, I need to edit that up. If we go back to kind of like where we started with this, I think it would be cool to have more people on this server. And kind of have more input, because at school we all have classes in different times when we're available, but
Yeah.
and it's important to have in-person stuff, but online makes it so that we can do things.
It's
at our own
easy
pace.
to connect.
Yeah,
Everyone can kinda have
it's
their
less
input.
rushed. You have more time. Like,
With. Yeah.
a lot of the people you just don't talk to at all because you don't see them a lot.
Yeah. A lot of
And-
days I just don't talk to anyone because there's no time.
Yeah, I think it'd be very cool if we could get more people. And Google Chat's never cut it for me because
Google
you have
Chat
one
sucks.
channel. Discord.
Google Chat
you
is the
have
worst.
Pretty many.
Yeah.
So we can have stuff about certain interests and have.
It definitely would be cool to have some more people on.
But it's just having people say what they think and have it heard, which is important.
Well, a couple other people said that they'd be interested in being on a
else?
podcast at some point, so that could be cool.
Who will? Was this at
They
the
can
club?
get on the dysfunctional podcast. Then maybe. Are we gonna take guests at the after sleeping hours podcast?
Who wants to?
Who wants to stay up till?
Who
Well,
wants to ruin your sleep schedule?
you know what? Do it for the pod. Is that what the
Do it
kids
for the
say?
vine.
Do it
Do it for the pod.
Do it for the pod.
Do it for the pod.
Are you eating candy? You guys have candy?
Good German candy.
This is the closest thing I have to candy.
Inda.
Altoids.
I don't have any candy at my house.
Got the grandpa mints. They go hard though.
Bro,
Grandpa
I don't think I've ever had
They
an
are.
Altoid.
They're like,
They are.
Like,
well, they're spicy. I remember I
They're
was
spicy.
like a kid sitting in church, and my grandpa like pulls out a little Altoid thing and hands me, and he's like, "It's a mint," and I put it in my mouth, and I have a little like mini panic attack because it's spicy, and I'm in church, and I don't know what to do.
those
It
are
was-
spicy.
Classic. I think we'll have to see how many sub podcasts end up forming, because if it's like this one and then maybe like one other, then we have 3 uploads a week. That's pretty reasonable. But if it gets to be
we
where
don't
there's
need to record these.
No, we don't. But we're the way we kind of had this conversation. It's something that some other people might want to listen to.
yeah, I can
this-
see people wanting to listen to these.
Because if we had this conversation just typing it out in a channel, then they'd have to to read all of it. This is something
Yeah.
we can put in the background and kind of hear what we're thinking, which is important. And that's what we need. That's the whole point of what we're doing, is to have voices heard.
It's just fun, putting no matter what it is, putting something out
And when
there.
you're recording, there's a standard that you kind of have to follow.
Yeah, it's just fun. I enjoy recording stuff, and I think if there's anyone out there that gets value out of this, I think that makes it worth it.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
I don't
everyone
even
can
care
be
about the
after hours,
people.
Not everybody can.
I
be
don't even
after
care about
hours.
the people listening. Really, I mean, if you're enjoying it, enjoy it. But like,
Hear
I'm
that,
talking about
listener?
the-
Michael doesn't care about you.
No.
But-
the people here.
no. I meant what Oliver said.
You mean just random people?
But yeah,
Yeah, why not?
but I do care about like the discussions we're having. I think that's
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's the
well,
most
obviously.
important part. Having a place like
It's
a
just-
place
it's
and a
just-
reason to have these conversations is good for us.
Having more people hear them or be a part of them, that's helpful.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up.
But we
podcast
swear, dear
part.
viewer, this is after.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
this
we
is-
promise. The current time is 2:27 in the
However
morning.
trustworthy my alarm clock is.
Oh, featured from the Dante's Inferno. We made
Oh,
Dante's
yeah, the
Inferno
classic-
Minecraft video.
The one.
The
from
classic
video.
Lou alarm clock.
It was later then when I recorded that video. It was 3. Right now it's 2:30. But
Yeah.
we go after hours. In enough hours, it will be the morning hours, which is not after hours. So we have to end at some point.
We
I
don't
think
want to be the
also-
before hours.
If
who
the
wants-
podcast is too long, Stick
who
said it
wants
like
to
won't
wrap it
post
up?
or something. So.
All right. Well, I hope you had a delightful time listening to our podcast.
We had a delightful time recording our podcast, and that's what really
Yeah, we did.
matters. So we don't care about your opinion much.
Your opinion is not valued
Yeah. Although
I
if
froze for a
unless
second.
I know you. Then please.
if someone's if they sat through and if there's someone listening to, they've been with us for the past hour and a half, then we do value and appreciate you.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
if you subscribe
okay.
to the
I'd like to
channel.
retcon what I previously said. I do care about you. Then.
If you subscribe
One podcast and we're already retconning. This is not a
if you
good start.
subscribe and like to the video, then I will consider.
Then we care about you. If not, you are dead. to us.
Also subscribe to Texas
All right, so
Shreds,
everybody, thanks for watching.
Blue.
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to Texas Shreds, Name is Lou, and Long Walker.
I'll link the YouTube channels in the description if I'm cognition enough to do that.
We're gonna stay up longer, so
we will.
No sleep
too
till
much
tomorrow.
coffee.
No sleep till tomorrow.
All right. This
Bye,
outro has
guys.
gone on too long.
Bye.
Bye.
Really.
Yeah.